What up everyone, and welcome back. Finally, my first 1/10 scale. This is my first big rig, okay? Some say that this isn't a 10th scale, but some say that this is a true 1/10 scale. So, let me know on the comments what do you think about the scale of this rig. I bought this from AliExpress. This came out really cheap for what it is. I will put the image on the screen. Let's unbox it right now. This is a HB Toys, okay, ZP1001 if I'm not mistaken, but I will put on screen the correct designation. So let's see what this says on the box. 2.4 GHz, 1/10 scale, all-wheel drive, ready to run, all batteries included, ball bearings, splash-proof electronics, strength shock, oversized tires. 15 plus kilometers an hour. In the back, all bearings, steering servo, nothing else worth mentioning. So let's take out this out of the box. So, got this. This is the other bodies available. It's got a very comprehensive manual, okay? It even brings the accessories and upgrades that you can make to this rig, okay? And some exploding diagrams of each body. The remote, quite big, okay, 4 AA batteries, and I can't run it with one hand. Oh, that's a shame, because I usually film with one hand and drive with another. Let's see what I can do with this. Okay, throttle trim, steering trim. This is the reverse, but we'll have to check that out. Lights, on and off switch. Such a big box. Only the USB charger and the body clips. Here it is. So as you can see, this is a Land Rover Defender D110. It's got a pretty hefty size, okay. Blued vented tires. The body. It's the kind of Lexan, thick Lexan, okay. The proportions are quite nice, I must say. Some accessories. Nice touches. The dampening, it's too stiff, very stiff for what it is, and very bouncy. Look at this. But for what it costs, I'm not complaining. So now let's take out the body, remove these pins here. That I'm eager to see if this got the battery here. The batteries for the remote are missing almost for sure, so let's see if this battery is in here. Okay, and it is. So this chassis, as Phil from JJRC said 6 years ago, I saw his review about this rig. The chassis is completely plastic. It's a shame that doesn't have frame rails, okay? Metal frame rails. It's quite twitchy, as you can see. It twists a little bit. But for this kind of rigs, I don't know that this is necessarily a bad thing. But this shock came assembled in the wrong way, okay? Oh my god. This side plate is too much. Too much side plate. Both front and rear. This got a 2-in-1 ESC and receiver. I think this is a 540 motor, 1500 milliamp hour 2S lithium ion. Unfortunately, this got a 5-wire servo, still a regular size but 5-wire servo. Underneath, plastic links, okay, it's a 4-link. This is a kind of shafts that are used mostly on high-speed stuff, not in crawling, okay. The diffs are locked, seems all pretty bulky, and the quality of the plastic doesn't seem to be as bad as I was thinking. These wheels are beadlocks, and the compound of the tires seems okayish. Now let's take a look of the body. Okay, it's a okayish Lexan. It's got wheel wells, that's a plus. and lighting both front and rear. The accessories looks good, seems to be screwed in with real screws. That's awesome. I like these fenders here, that's wheel arches. Now let's see how much this rig weighs. Okay, this is a pretty heavy rig with battery, almost 1.8 kilos, 1798 grams. One thing that it's worth mentioning, pointing out, is that to switch this on, you have to undo the body and press this button here. That doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. So in the rear it only has tail lights, no indicators, no reverse or brakes. In the front, headlights. We press it again, blue angel eyes, very nice, and off. Okay, touch this button twice and they begin to do this. The lighting situation is enough, okay, for me. Maybe just some brake lights, but for me it's awesome as is. So the steering angle is short, okay, as you can see. This doesn't turn as much as it should. It has a servo saver, but what it stops of making more turning angle are these bits here, okay. As you can see, they hit the housing of the axle and they don't allow more steering angle, as you can see. But Phil from JJRC trimmed a little bit this part here and the steering angle has improved. So in the future we're going to do that as well. If you want, see his video, that is pretty comprehensive. Let's just see some slow modulation. So let's try this. Okay, this is the slowest that I can go. It's quite okay-ish for what it is. So stock, this doesn't have drag brake. That's a shame. You have to do the same as in the new 1/18 scale HB toys, okay? A little bit throttle trim, but this electronics doesn't make noise. That's a plus. And that's the only way of getting drag brake. Now let's see its wheel speed. Seems enough, okay. I think my son will have a blast doing some trail with this rig. Now let's put a rock or two in the table, slowly. Okay, nice grip from the tires. Okay, the drag brake working. The flex isn't good. Okay, again. Okay, very well. Oh. Okay. So the flex isn't great because the springs are too damn hard. But with softer springs, the flex should be enough, okay? That's one thing that I will address in the future. So for 100 euros, that is the most common price for this rig on AliExpress. I think that is too much, okay? I got it for 63 euros, that was a steal, but if you can get it for 70, 80 euros, it's an okay deal, okay? Just for reference, I'm going to put here the HBR1607. So at this time I already made some upgrades, shocks and wheels for this rig. I don't know if I already released the video on it, but just for comparison. As you can see, the size it's much different, and this rig was more expensive than this one to me. Now we're going to challenge one just to see how this rig handles very easy stuff, okay? The obstacles are too small for this rig, but I have to try it. Slow modulation. It's okay-ish. Okay, it's got some wheel speed. Okay, the slow modulation isn't as bad as I was expecting. These shocks are awful, or the springs at least. My small rigs suffer quite a lot to make these obstacles, but this is too big for these things. No issues, of course. Really? Ah. Okay, this is quite big, so these obstacles doesn't mean anything to this rig. Really easy. So for trail, this rig is awesome. For slow stuff, the modulation isn't as bad as I was expecting. The shocks or the springs are too stiff. This is the next thing to address. Either way, this is a very fun rig, considering the size as well. This is quite big. My son loves it. So guys, it's all for today. I hope to enjoy this video. See you next time. Bye.